An Atlanta couple is now suing Emory Healthcare, accusing doctors of losing a piece of a man's skull in between surgeries.
This all started back in 2022. These are photos of Fernando Cluster in his hospital bed following surgery to treat an intracerebral hemorrhage. Now, it's when Fernando and his wife claimed the hospital lost part of his skull and then charged them more than $19,000 to artificially recreate it.
11 Alive's Angelina Salcido is following this story for us tonight. She joins us live now from Emory Healthcare in Midtown. So, Angelina, the couple's lawyers telling you Fernando's skull was not the only body part misplaced?
Well, Joe, and you hear that, and it's even hard to fathom that a mix-up like this would happen. The lawyer says that a note in her client's medical file let them know that he was not alone. Now, this all started back in September of 2022 when Fernando Cluster fainted and was left with a very serious brain bleed. A few weeks later, he would be ready to go into surgery, but doctors would tell him that that piece of skull that they removed so his brain could heal was gone.
They're scared. They're terrified.
Fear it could happen again. Attorney Chloe Dallaire representing Fernando Cluster and his wife trying to get the truth.
They got various contradictory messages about why surgery was postponed, and ultimately Emory told them that they had lost and misplaced a part of his skull.
This note in his medical file shows doctors couldn't find a bone flap with Cluster's identification, and several others were incomplete or missing patient identification.
It's mind-blowing, literally.
Cluster would get a 3D synthetic flap implanted weeks later. But that wouldn't be the last time that this couple found themselves at Emory Healthcare trying to fix Mr. Cluster's skull, and they would spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. So let's walk through it. In November of 2022, that first visit, they would spend at least $40,000, only to find themselves back at the hospital December of 2023 because of an infection and need to remove that flap. There, they'd spend more than $110,500. March of 2024, they would come back to get a brand new flap put in for $77,700. In total, this couple would spend at least $228,200.
Due to a simple act of negligence, something that was entirely preventable, he has to live the rest of his life in fear of getting an infection in his brain and in his skull.
Now, Mr. Cluster is currently doing okay. We are looking forward to talking to him next week. I am told that that should be an interesting conversation, that they're excited to give their viewpoint as well. We did reach out to Emory Healthcare. They told us that they are committed to giving some compassionate health care to their patients, but they are not commenting on pending litigation. We're live tonight in Midtown. Angelina Salcido, 11 Alive News.
An incredible and frustrating story tonight, Angelina. Thank you.